Hello, my name is Jasmine Lee, and I am not your mama's astrologer. Welcome to this week. As you can see, or if you're just listening, I'll tell you the vibe's a little different for me this week as it is spring break and I am on the ocean. So enjoy if you're watching the beautiful ocean view, and if not, enjoy the ocean vibes while I speak to you. This is a big week. I've been saying it a lot, haven't I? And this one really is a big week. March is the month this year where all the big dick moves are happening. I hate to break it to y'all because it's been so hard. It's been so hard for me personally, and I don't know if it's been real hard for you guys, but wow, I have been taken down quite a number of notches. And this March is revealing all kinds of things that are uncomfortable, sticky, and do not always sit right in my system. But this week is a big one. So buckle up, Buttercups, because today, Monday, Mercury is Cazimi, which, if you don't know by now, a Cazimi is when a planet is right in the sun. Mercury rules our thoughts. Mercury rules our communications. Mercury rules what we're trying to get across. And so when it is Cazimi'd with the sun, it is a beautiful day to get your thoughts straight. It is a beautiful day to have an important conversation. It is an important day to express yourself honestly and truly and to rethink what you are doing on this great big planet of ours. What are you thinking about? What is thinking about you? How can you maneuver, move, refresh, renew? I mean, Mercury is also retrograde, so let's not forget that. There's all kinds of signs and big asks for us to do some shit differently. So, how's that going for you? I know that all kinds of things have been breaking down. There has been a lot of having to go the extra mile only to get to that extra mile, and there's yet another mile to run. So if that's true for you, today is a really good day to unpack it. Today's a really good day to try to understand what it is we've collectively been doing that led us right to this moment, right where we are right now. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. It's time to take some righteous accountability for what we are allowing, not just in the world, not just politically, not just personally, but internally. What garbage is going in there that then transmutes itself into a bad mood, transmutes itself into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, transmutes itself into I wish I had. It is an interesting game we all play where we can think of other people's lives or we can think of our life as not being good enough and that we want something else. And this is such a beautiful day to say, no, this is my life. I created it. This is the world I'm living in. How do I live in it better? What has broken down this month? What has made me surrender? What has forced me to let go of these preconceived notions I have of who I think I am? And, you know, it's interesting because I feel a lot of these podcasts can get redundant because, you guys, there is so much energy this month in the same areas. It's in that Aries Pisces axis. It's asking us the same question in different formats. It's forcing us to review the same crap just through different life circumstances. So what is the thing? What are you sick of it? I mean, I'm sick of saying the same stuff over and over, but it stands to reason that if it needs to be harped on this intently, it's worth taking a look at. So today, the sun is having a Cazimi with Mercury. Today, we can find some opportunity for good talks, for good writings, for good inspo, for good whatever it is your brain needs to do today to feel very functional. Then Tuesday, Mercury retrograde is also going to make a lovely sextile to Pluto. So integration. So whatever conversations you chose to have, whatever thoughts you're choosing to think, whatever is going on right now that is up for review in your life is going to get a little bump, is going to get a little reward, is going to get a little, I see what you did there. Good job. And it's going to Tuesday will make your transformation process feel a little easier. It won't feel as sticky because this has been the stickiest. This is the goddamn honey jar that you closed too tight, but you already used the honey jar, so there's honey everywhere, and it's sticky, icky, goddamn messy mess, and you can't get the jar open, and you're the jar, and you're trying to open yourself. You're trying to crack yourself open in this new way, and there's all this stick in the way. Well, the sextile to Pluto helps us understand it better. Helps us get that we were the ones that freaking put honey on the goddamn jar in the first place that got us stuck. We are the thing that keeps us stuck. It's us. We're the problem. It's us. Congratulations. It sucks. Welcome to being a grown-ass adult that has to take accountability for what is going on. And if you haven't, or if accountability feels far off, or if you are the victim, I'm putting it in air quotes, of your own circumstance, how do you become then the warrior, the fighter, the truth teller of what's really going on here? Because let's not forget that Mars is still in Cancer, and she angry, and she a little bit sensitive, and she doesn't like it, you know, to be forced into this very Martian, very aggressive energy. But the medicine of that is we can get our mama warrior spirit on if we choose it. And I've been saying it weeks and weeks. We are choosing what is going on right now, even if it's hard. And you guys, I say it, and boy, am I feeling it. And it's hard for me to say to myself, I am choosing this. I am choosing this hardship. And even when things come out of left field, even when things get broken, I mean, my bathroom's been torn up this whole month. Even when it's beyond my control, what isn't beyond my control is how I'm processing it, how I'm moving forward, and how I'm choosing to understand that this cycle is undoing me. It is undoing something. It is untying some very tight knots, some very sticky honey jars that really don't want to unstick, untie, or unknot. And that's not going to feel good, you know? And then we have this the beautiful day this week. Please mark it. Please go do something. Please entertain it. Is that Venus retrograde is going to move into Pisces. It was in Pisces, went into Aries, and now it's retrograding back into Pisces, but it's also right next to Neptune, which is our dreamy dreams. Venus is our love, our creativity, our art, our spirit, into Neptune, that is our dreams and our hopes and our manifestations. So Thursday is such a beautiful day to get outside, to write, to go for a drive, to listen to the music, to go to the concert, the play, the art show, anything that's gonna feel inspiring, because we have been working hard. We are under spiritual attack this month. We are up for review. We are under construction. There is nothing we can do to get out of ourselves. And so we have to go in, deep into ourselves. We have to understand ourselves. We have to be gentle with ourselves. And above all else, we have to stay generative. We have to stay creative. We have to find the optimism in what it is the energies are trying to teach us. We have to be able to find the nugget, the cookie, the thing that it is shouting at us. The stubbed toes, the broke down cars, the phones that aren't loading, the internet access that isn't available. Well, turn it off. Turn it all off. Rest your broken bones. Rest your weary soul. Find the art in it, because we have faced so many things in our little lives, and we still have so much more to face. And it's so important on days like these ones, on that Thursday, this coming Thursday, where Venus and Neptune are having this beautiful conjunction, this beautiful togetherness, that we can escape it for a little while. That real life is so hard. It hits us, and it asks from us, and it takes from us, and it demands to be recognized. And so we take these moments, we take these days, our endless numbered days, these beautiful days, these sunsets, this turning into spring that we can feel. We can't yet see it as clear, but we can feel it. Look at the beautiful day behind me, and we can engage with it. We can activate something inside of us, even in the darkest of times, that will teach us something beautiful. And so Thursday, go be that beautiful thing. It's a day to dream. It's a day to escape, but not too much. Not too much, because then, my dudes, Saturday is our big solar eclipse. It's in Aries. It's the last time for quite a while. It's something that is asking us to see us individually as ourselves, to finally recognize our body aches as something that we need to go deeper, as something that is telling us something. So what is your body telling you? What is it screaming at you? Maybe it's whispering, maybe it's screaming, I don't know, but our bodies have so much to tell us. Our bodies have so much to communicate to us, and this solar eclipse is the big one. This solar eclipse is going to reveal some things. So listen to your body. Listen to your you-ness, because Aries rules the self. A balanced high road Aries medicine is to be self-centered, centered in self, not selfish, centered in self. And when you can come from your truest, highest good, when you can do that, magic happens, because the truth comes out, because you become your own best friend, your own prince, princess charming, your own savior, your own thing, your own spiel, your own monologue. The thing that you've been looking for has been here all along, and it's you. And just like I said earlier, you're the problem, you're also the solution. And an Aries solar eclipse wants us to know that, wants us to engage with that, and wants us to activate that, our inner power, our voice that is so desperately trying to say a thing. And it'll go through your body. It'll tell you through your body. It'll tell you through, the unfairness of always having to attend to others. You're going to start to see it. And Saturday, it's going to be big. Saturday, it's going to speak loudly. And that very same day, Mercury retrograde moves into Pisces again, because it was in Aries retrograding back into Pisces. So now we have Venus and Mercury back into Pisces, that very intuitive knowing. But when it's all retrograde, it's saying, but did you get the lesson? Did you? Were you listening? I don't know if you were. So we're going to reignite the lesson. And we're also going to do it during a solar eclipse in Aries, where you might be trespassed upon, where your boundaries might get pushed, where your body might get hurt, where you might get sick. It's like, where in your body and soul are you neglecting yourself? That's where you're going to see it. That's where it's going to have a little party. It's going to put on a little smoke show. It's going to have its little pistols, and we're riding it down, pew, pew, pew. So you better be ready to listen to what the activation is, to who's meeting who at dawn with guns and why. And are you bringing a gun or a knife? Or your own truest intentions. And that is really important, because then that same day, just as Venus was right next to Neptune, so too now will Mercury be right next to Neptune. And it is a time to refocus, reimagine, redream a future that includes you in it, that isn't in spite of you, that happens because of you. That if you are the person that is the person who's always showing up for your friends, your family, your coworker, your whatever, it's time. It's time to see how that can be negatively impacting them and you, because where are you in the story of you? Where are you in your day to day? And I highly recommend that you all go into your charts, if you know how to do that, and find out what houses and what energy your Pisces and Aries axis is in. You need my help? You give me a call and I will help you access what these big lessons are, or at least what the themes are in your life, because they're different for all of us. For mine, they're unfortunately in my daily life and rituals. And boy, do I feel that. Boy, do I feel that axis of the 5th and 6th house of daily life and rituals and beauty, play, and fun. How I need to have them balanced. How it can't just always be all rest and relaxation, nor can it just always be all work and no play. That there needs to be both. And if I can infuse both in both scenarios, best case scenario. So then Sunday, Neptune is making its shift into Aries. And this is big, 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 you guys. It has been a long time since Neptune's been here. You don't even know. And you don't even know what it has in store for you. It's why it's such a big astrological happening, because these planets move fairly slow, these outer planets. And so when they change signs, big deal. Big deal, big vibes. And it will go retrograde back into Pisces. And so we won't fully embody. We only get a couple of months of this Neptune and Aries teaser. But it's why it's a big deal. It's why it's important. You're going to get some clues as to what then the next 14 years of your life is going to be, because that's about how long Neptune will be in Aries. It's a long time. It's the beginning of a really big cycle, and that's why it lands and is felt pretty intensely when it very first changes over to go into there. So if our dreams are going to be in Aries, and Aries is the first sign in the astrological wheel, well, and it rules the self, and it rules the body, and it rules our passions and where we're putting our very first energy. That's kind of intense. It's time for a new dream. It's time for new focus. It's time for new activations. It's time now that our dreams have been sitting stagnant, stale. And that's why all this astrology is happening right now, to blow up all the crap that just isn't working, that isn't serving, that isn't helping. It's why we're all getting sick and hurt and lost right now, because we need a new focus, a new dream, a new path, a new us, in order to feel and reignite our truest passions and inspirations. So how are you going to do that? That's your homework. It's very simple. What is your new dream? A new family motto, a new way of going about your why. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why is it not working? What needs to be rescripted, rewritten, and redone so that your dreams can feel fresh, inspiring, alive? How can you enliven yourself? And I love being on the coast during this time, because the waves ever and always remind me that just as there's a high tide, there is a low tide, that the moon moves these waves just as the stars and the moon and the planets move us. And to be able to tap into that on a soul level, being here on the ocean, I feel that. I feel that in my heart. I feel my smallness. When I'm here, I get humbled and I get quieter, and I see where the work is more clearly. But also, and personally for me, this has been a really hard cycle of not actually truly understanding what the ask is. I feel confused and I feel lost, and I feel as though I am in between worlds, that I am this person that everybody thought I was, and still am, and have been for a really long time. But there's this new version of myself that's knocking at my door, that's opening it, cracking the door, and I can hear that ever so faint door opening sound. But it's scary because I don't know what's on the other side of that door. I don't know what's on the horizon. And the last few years of my life, there's been a lot taken away from me. And so when I hear that door crack, I always have a knee-jerk reaction that it's going to be something painful, or that I'm going to lose something else. And that maybe, just maybe, this new energy, this new ask is going to help me find faith in what the next chapter, in what all of this clearing energy was making way for. And in that way, finding the optimism in where it hurts, finding the other side is where I want to be. But I can't be on the other side if I'm not laying down my bricks, if I'm not building my bridges. And I've been afraid of those bridges for a while. And so this time, this March, this astrological weather has challenged me, and it's pushed me, and it's maybe on some levels, and I don't know if this is true for you as well, it's made me feel more distant from my people. It's made me feel more me in a scary way, in a way that disconnects me from everybody else. And so now I have to re-find it. I have to re-find how I'm connecting. I have to re-find how I'm engaging with the people around me, with my priorities, with my passions, with where my next chapter lies. And instead of the fear, finding a way to de-escalate that and find the beauty in this free fall, in this moment of, I don't know what it's going to be next. We all need to hold hands collectively and be open to it being whatever it's going to be. May it be a blessing to you. May it be a blessing to me. May we all find each other. And may the toughness and the lessons and the harder asks of this month and this astrological cycle lead us to the hell yeses, to the passions, to the beautiful sunsets, to the spring, to the new. I cheers you and I cheers me. Please like, share, follow. I love you all. I'm so here for you all as we are all on this journey together. I love that because I suffer, you suffer, right? Just kidding. Kind of. See you next week.